Good morning, guys. Today is September 4th. Welcome to this week's FlossTube. I'm Kimberly with the Fat Quarter Shop. Super excited that you've joined me. Loving all the chatting y'all are already doing in the comments. I love that. So we're on week 4 of Happy Camper. So this is Happy Camper by Lori Holt. She's the designer. We publish her patterns for her, but this is her cross stitch pattern called Happy Camper. And Lily's gonna pop up the little stitch along. So we're on week 4. So we did the top row the first 2 weeks, the truck last week, and we're going to do the camper this week. Next week we're going to do the text, and then the last week will be super easy because you can just finish the trees off. So I'll show you kind of where I'm at on my project right now. So this is where I'm at. I've spent about 3 hours on the camper so far. And I just made it where I could fill in, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how I fill in where I go up and down and how I turn my project up and down to do that. Sometimes I go left to right, sometimes, so sometimes I'll go left to right, sometimes I go up and down. It kind of just depends. I try to change things up a little bit so I don't get bored, because sometimes cross stitch can be a little bit tedious where you're doing the same thing over and over. But I went ahead and made some fill-in areas so I could show you that. And again, this is her pattern. She made it to where you can fit this in an 8 by 10 inch frame, and I'm going to show you in the end of the video how someone put it in an 8 by 10 inch frame. And so that's a way that you can save money by just going to Hobby Lobby or Joann's or Michael's, and you don't have to get it custom framed because there's a standard frame out there. Or you can get something, a prop like this, use vintage trim and some fabric and put it in something. So this is just straight from Hobby Lobby. So you don't have to feel like you have to custom frame it and spend a ton of money. So this is where we're at. I had talked about these last week and they came in. They're called point protectors. And the way they work is they go on the end of your scissors and they don't fall off. And so when you throw them in your bag, it's safer because then you don't mess up your fabric or your floss, because I tend to just throw these in there. I used to use this one. This one is by Clover. So this one is smaller. And then Lori has new ones that are bigger, and these will work on more sizes of scissors, and they're also sturdier so they don't fall off. So we did get those in, so I wanted to show you just because somebody had brought that up. There's large and small sizes in it, so I think there's 2 different sizes. So the one that I have so far is large. So this is on our website, so that's super cute, and of course they're cute. So I'm going to show you how I travel. The first thing I do is I'm going to take my work and kind of fold it over like this and clip with Wonder Clips just to get the big bulk out of the way. And I'm going to do that a little bit on this side too. That way when I'm working, I'm just working on the section that I'm on. I don't have to worry about all the bulk on the left and the right. I don't always do this, but if I want to go fast, I do it. So I've kind of got that going. And so we're going to try a different angle today. So a lot of times I will just go from left to right and back, left to right and back, left to right and back. But I'm going to get bored with that if I'm doing that all here. So I thought on this one I would go up and down, and I'm going to show you how I go up and down and how I can really travel and save time doing that.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to move
behind you here. Oh, sorry.
It's a team effort here. Okay, we're going to move this.
There we go. So I'm just going to go up and down, and I'm going to show you how I travel, and I'm going to try to stay still and how I can go really fast. going up and down. So I can go really fast if I go up and down, or if I go left to right. If I go from top to bottom, I can go fast. If I go from bottom to top, I cannot go fast. So I'm going to show you how I resolve that in a second.
We have a question from D. Eager saying, how are you liking the Halo Go lamp?
I love it. So I have been charging it. The only thing that I don't like is the charge only stays for about an hour and a half. So if I'm in my living room, my light will go out and then I will have to go charge it and then stitch for like 20 minutes without it for a little bit while I have it plugged in. I haven't taken the time to see if a battery fits in it because I'm kind of lazy about that. Okay, so here I'm at the bottom. Now if I go up, I'll show you how I do it, but it's slower. So if I go up, I have to kind of stop here and go down and back up, so I can't just keep that fluid, if that makes sense. So I have to like poke and stab. So what you can do when you're cross stitching, it only works if you go a full 180 flip. So if you go 180 degrees and you go from top to bottom, your stitches are going the same way. So I can travel fast. And so if you're using fancy floss or something that you need to do one stitch at a time, this is how you can do it by going up and down. So that's one thing that I do, especially if I have too much bulk on one side. I'll just turn my project upside down and work on it. You obviously can't do that sideways, because if you go sideways, your stitches won't lie or lay the same way. So I can go really fast up and down.
Oh, someone suggested turning it upside down if you don't want to do the sticking stab.
Right, so that's what, yeah. So that's what I'm doing, so I don't have to do it that other way. Let's see.
And then can you tell us what fabric you're using and what count?
So I'm using 25 count Lugana oatmeal, and it's by Lori Holt. And in a little bit, I'll show you how the front and the back look totally different. But it is a Lori Holt fabric, and I'm loving working with it. I was really scared at first, but I'm able to do it with the lamp. If I didn't have this lamp, I don't think I could. I mean, I could do it, I just would be a lot slower. With the lamp, I can go really fast. So this is about as fast as I go normally. Sometimes I can go a little bit faster. But that's the beauty of making an outline where you just fill it in. So when I did this, I just did the pink, and then I did the door, the windows, and then I filled in the blues at the same time. I did all the gray at one time. I try to do color by color also to save time. I pretty much do anything to save time. One of the questions I get the most is, how do you get so much done? And my answer to that would be, I do try to be as mindful as I can about my time, and I try to be efficient. I'm obviously not always efficient, but that's my goal, is to work smarter, not harder. But I do work pretty hard, so that's kind of a ridiculous saying, because I don't know very many people who work harder than me or Kevin. So, okay, so now I've gone there. And so if you didn't want to do that, another thing you could do is you could do it just like going side to side, where you...
we got some hair in the way.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
And the color looks a little off, but it just looks off because we're going through a magnifier. So you could just kind of go up and down this way, and then come back down and finish your stitches. But you could change it up. I try to change it up as I go so that I don't get too bored. One of the other things that I do is I have a ton of projects I'm working on right now. Some of them I can't even show you yet. They're totally top secret, but what I'll do is maybe 1 hour work on one, move to another one for an hour, move back. That way I get a little bit done, and then you forget, oh, I really did get something done on that. when you don't think you did, and then eventually you're done because you're caught up. So there's that. And then I would just finish it going down. So I think that's pretty good for stitching today.
Cool. And I'll reset the camera.
Okay, and then when you reset, I'm going to show them kind of the order I went in. I'm going to leave this light on though because it's really bright, and so I leave it on even when I'm not stitching because it's a nice bright light.
We are just our lighting here.
Okay.
Yay. Okay.
So in the salvage of this, I usually keep my needle because the salvage is tight and it won't ravel. So that's where I usually keep my needle. And the way that I did mine is I did the pink, and then I just outlined the pink. I did the yellows all at once. I did the gray all at once, and then I filled in all the blue at once. And then all I really have left to do now is to outline this pink, the wheel, and the red door. I was thinking about maybe doing a white door just to be different. I'm not sure. So here's my project, and I'm going to show you everyone else's projects. So this is mine. This is Shelby's. So
She's using 30 count portobello.
she's using 30 count portobello linen, and she's got a little white doggy, and I think she changed his ears.
Aww.
She did something cute to that doggy, and she did something else. She's got a couple other little changes in there. One thing that someone said yesterday that I think would be a great idea is to turn the flag into an American flag.
Oh.
Yeah, to do like red and white stripes and then a little blue square. But yeah, look at those ears. I might have to do that.
That's adorable.
I know, I'm going to have to change my doggy to make it look like that. I'm going to do that right after this. I'm going to copy her. So that's Shelby's. I'm not even going to give it back to her until I copy. This is Cody's.
Yay. Look at that needle minder.
Okay, so that needle minder, we're not going to tell you the secret of it because maybe we'll sell them. But she came up with it because when you put it in there, you can like rest it in there. You could like poke it in there. There's a magnet in there, but it kind of stays, and she wanted it cute. I know, so this is cute. Yeah, so hers does look more like a kitty cat, so I'm going to have to change my ears.
Oh yeah, because they're like pointed up.
Yeah, hers are pointed up, so I'm going to have to figure that out before we give that back. And then this is Denise's. Hers is my favorite. Everyone commented last week they really liked Denise's, and I wasn't sure which one they were talking about, but I think it was this one. So we're in Texas, and so she did some blue bonnets, and then she's doing a red truck. She got a lot. I think you did the whole truck last night, didn't you? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you can get this truck done in one night. And and then she's using the 25 count Lugana by Lori, and she's using the non-modeled side. So you can see that her side is a little bit lighter. If you put it next to mine, my side is this colorway. So with the Lugana, you get two colorways, and you can pick which one.
Real quick, just because I don't want to lose the question, Anderson Dejas was asking if you were stitching over one or two when you were stitching.
I'm stitching over two, and I'm using 2 strands. I can't do over one. I would go blind. Like, okay, this is Cheryl's.
28 count beautiful beige.
She's using 28 count beautiful beige linen, and she's using Classic Colorworks. And if you go back to our last 2 videos, we list out exactly what colors we're using. And look at her, she's like going to town, and she's got the door. If you look at her door, she's using Classic Colorworks, and so she went up and down with the colors so that the door would look like the planks are going this way, but then she went left and right on the pink so that it would look. So that's a way that you can really get a different variegation is, you know, instead of going all left to right, she went up and down, and I'm sure she did that intentionally. But I bet she's going to be done next week. So that is super exciting. So I will take any questions about Happy Camper before we go on to all the other new stuff that we have. And I love that we're showing like a bunch of different ones, because at home we really, and I don't want to just say we, like Lori and I, do whatever you want to do. Like, change the ears, do a white camper, do whatever you want to do. Lori loves that. Like when I send her photos from Facebook, she doesn't get on Facebook, just so you guys know. She's all over Instagram. I never get on Instagram, but I'm all over Facebook. So I'm constantly sending her Facebook photos, and she loves when y'all do stuff different.
Okay. First question. Well, it wasn't a question. I just thought it was a great comment. Jackie Payne said, "Yes, I finally got my rhythm, and I can go fast too."
Yay! See, it just takes time and practice and not getting frustrated, which I'm not a very patient person, so I totally get it.
Yeah, go Jackie. Nicole Muller said, "Did you try the ballpoint needles? I love mine."
I haven't, but I bought them and I put them in my bag, and I've finished a couple projects, so now my bags are getting smaller, but I am going to try them, but I haven't. They're in my bag though. That's step one. Purchase the item.
Purchase the item. That is step one. And then Deanna Payne was asking, are you using Orifloss?
I'm using DMC on this one, but I love both, and I still have my empty Orifloss, and I think what I'm going to do is wrap some fabric around them and come up with a cute idea and bring it in and show y'all how to do it. Because I thought about that. I had said I was going to do it, and I haven't done it yet, and I was looking at those the other day thinking, oh, I better get on it. I also thought it'd be cute if I glued some buttons to it, but then I thought that would probably become a mess, and I would think it was a cute idea until I had glue everywhere. But I don't know. I'm going to kind of mess with those this weekend, I think.
Judith Lardier says, "Do you do the white floss first or last, or does it matter?"
I always do the white floss first. So on the Boo, which has a lot of white, what I'm seeing a lot on social media is people doing all of the white and then filling in the colors. I won't do that because I'm too afraid of getting off count. So I will show you in a little bit, but I do like the white pumpkin, fill it in, stop. The white, the leaf. The white, the pumpkin. I kind of do it section by section, but I always do the white first, but a lot of people don't. It's kind of whatever you're comfortable with, but that's the way I do it.
And then just a comment from Priscilla and Chelsea. They said they're all so cute about all the happy campers.
Oh, thank you. And Priscilla, thank you for giving me the idea of doing the outline because it's saving me time. And when I did the So She Did, I didn't know that technique, and I was like counting every row. So we have some new items from Lori.
Yay.
Yay, Lori. So Priscilla finished this for us when she came. This is Stitch Card Set A. So in Set A, you get 4 designs. And this was already released, so I'm going to show them to you. Kind of how they come, just so you can see. They come in a really nice plastic bag. And then you get a cover. And then you get each card. So you get 1 card, 2 cards. They're all numbered because you know at the end we're going to do something awesome. So that's Stitch Card A, and it has those 4 patterns. And the instructions are in color. So when I don't want to flip it over because I don't want to show you the pattern. This is the DMC set. So if you like her DMC, these are the colors she used. And now we're on Set B that came out yesterday. So I'm going to show you Set B. And of course, every quarter we're going to have new sets. And I will give you a little hint that in October, I'm going to be combining some things from several of Lori's patterns. And I haven't even shown Lori because it is so cute that I'm hiding it from her. And I'm trying to hide it until I'm totally done so I can shock her, like shock value. And I'm going to see her next week. So I'm trying to finish it before next week so I can show her in person. So this is Set B. There's 4, and they're all the same size. So all of these are the same exact stitch count across and down. So whatever cloth you put it on, you could combine them. So this is number 5. And these are all really thick, like thick cards. Set 5. And these are all based on her quilt blocks. 6, 7, and 8. And I'll tell you a little story about Lori. She was stitching the scarecrow in the hotel with me, and she took 5 hours to do it because she kept miscounting. And I was like, because she was talking so much. Anyway, and so she redid that scarecrow a bunch. But basically they're all the same, and each time they're going to have different borders, so that if you like one border, you could do the same border. And you're going to see in October, actually a little bit before October, what I do. And there is a set B floss. So she's going to be doing very simple with the stitch cards. She's only going to be listing DMC, and that's the only floss she's going to select for those. And this is a finishing idea. And then we have the other 4 finished. We just haven't FFO'd them, so we have them flat finished. We can show those next week, and we're going to have to figure out how we're going to finish those. We haven't figured that out yet.
Lori Holt said, "Oh my heck, don't lie, LOL."
Don't lie, what?
About the scarecrow, maybe? She said.
Oh!
She says, "I took maybe 4 hours, haha."
Oh, no. Don't, no. She did like the border, and then she unripped it, and then she did the pants, and then she unripped it, and then she did the patch, and then she unripped it. And I was like, okay, like I was trying to tell her, you just need to be quiet for like 5 seconds and count. But we were like, we get a little crazy, like her and I together. Like one time we were in the hotel, we were laughing so hard. I was like, Lori, I'm gonna pee my pants. You gotta shut up. She was like, I don't want to make us look bad. But we order, we go to this one hotel. I'm not even gonna say the name of the hotel. We go to this hotel every time because we both love this hotel. We don't have to leave. We don't have to call favor. We can just order room service. So the story goes, like 2 or 3 years ago, me and Lori and I love iced tea. And we like it a certain way. A lot of ice, no sugar, but a lot of ice. So I called, this is the funniest story. So like, this is like 3 years ago. So I call room service. And I was like, can I please get a pitcher of tea? Because I'm from Texas. And they're like, what? So I said, okay, like a big thing of tea that would last all day for like several people. So then Lori's like, say a pitcher of tea. So I'm like, a picture of tea. And they're like, what? Like they had no idea. So every time we go to this hotel, it's like something with the room service. It's like they don't understand us. And Lori's like, how do they not understand? Anyway, so then we had a whole nother thing this time, but whatever. It's just the way we are. But so we always have a lot of fun with the room service because we just like can't stop laughing, because I think we take like what happened a couple years, because they don't ever bring the same thing. Like you order a pitcher of tea in this place and I don't know what comes, but every time it's something different and we're like, what is the kitchen doing back there? Anyway, that's my story for today. So that's Lori's new items, and in October I'm going to be she is too. We're going to be combining some of her previous patterns so that you can see how you can make it your own. I'm doing something totally different colors than Lori and a different design. It's going to be awesome. I am trying to finish it before I show up to her. So next week I'm going to be in like 10 or 11, 12 days, I'm going to fly to Salt Lake City and I'm going to show it to her because I want to see her reaction. This is Quilty Love. This is going to be coming out later this month. So on this one, I made this over a year ago. But we had to hold the pattern because we were waiting on her 25 count. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. We were waiting on her 10 count oatmeal. So now that is here, and that white in the center is her rickrack. It's her small cloud vintage trim with Aura floss stitched over it.
Oh.
And I was too scared to do it, so Lori did it for me.
That's so cool.
I know, and then each of them have buttons in the center of the block, and Lori did the buttons for me too. So I stitched it, and then she finished all the little finishings for me. So this is her 10 count oatmeal and her small vintage trim, and this fits an 11 by 14 inch frame. So you don't have to get this custom framed if you don't want to. I used a frame from Family Tree Frame Company, and we had this frame made, and we're going to be selling it. Do we have it in stock?
I don't think in that size.
I don't think we have it in this size yet, but we ordered it. We're just waiting for them to fill the order. I did get mine custom framed because it's kind of big, and I love it. I think it looks awesome. And with this I think it looks really good with the trim. So we're doing something totally different, stepping outside the box, adding a different finishing. You know, I'm going to show on the camera how to do the rickrack, which would mean that I have to figure out how to do it. So maybe Lori can show me next week. Sometimes I get a little scared. So this is brand new, starting in like a couple weeks. So that's a lot of new Lori stuff. And on the stitch cards, we're getting them all stitched on different cloths each time, and we list on the back what we stitched on. So the first time we used 10 count Heritage. The second time we used,
First time was oatmeal, first time was Heritage, second time was oatmeal.
and then the second time we used her 10 count oatmeal. But obviously it will work on any of her, or any cloth. You could use any kind of cloth.
And can you remind us the name of it again, please?
The pattern.
The pattern, sorry.
Quilty Love. So this is a draft of it. This is a draft of the back. We're finalizing it today or tomorrow. And then obviously we have to print it. It's in color, so you can see. It's in color, and it only uses 3 colors, red, pink, and white. So that's pretty awesome. And I could see you totally making it like in a lot of quilters. I mean, a lot of you guys are quilters, but like blue and white or purple and white, or just using 3 colors, black and white. It doesn't, even though it does have hearts, you could totally make it a different color.
Do you want questions?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
do questions before I go on. I still have a ton of stuff though,
Okay.
but that's okay.
We got one from Vicky Robles. Kimberly, do you always keep the top stitch the same direction, for instance, always on top no matter what your directional changes?
So I do always try to go the same direction and the same one on top. So I go from bottom left to top right, and then I finish from bottom right to top left. I do think it looks better that way, but I mean, in the end, if you're like, if my father-in-law came over and saw it, he happens to like my cross stitch. He happens to actually notice it. He's like the one person who I can count on to be like, I really like this. Like, he would never know. He would like it anyway. So depends who you're trying to appeal to.
And then Laura Cox was asking, is the magnifier light available at FQS?
It is coming
Mid-September.
mid-September. So it just came out. It's brand new. And so we have it ordered 3 places, actually. That's kind of the Kimberly way, is if one place doesn't have it, order it from another place. If they don't have it, order it from another place. So we're going to have so many coming in. I would have never tried this. This is totally Lori's idea. Lori had 2 of these with her when we were on our little trip last month, and she was using it, and I was like, what is she doing over there? And so she showed me how to use it, and I was like, oh, and with Ada, I really don't need it, but with the 25 count, I really, really do. I just don't have the best eyesight. Even, you guys can see, even when I read comments, you can tell I can't see it, and I have brand new glasses. I mean, I just can't. So I just use it out of necessity, not because I really want to. And I did use it, okay, I'll tell you a little funny story. So Sunday, Emma had her solo for this year, choreographed Sunday and Monday, and a high school girl who just graduated, she's leaving for Stanford, she's the one who choreographed it. Full ride, okay, I don't even know this girl, full ride Stanford, full ride, everything's paid for. But she's a very talented artist, so we thought, well, let's, Emma wanted her to do the solo, so I'm sitting in the car stitching, so I'm in the car, this is how I have it. I'm in the car, like hunched over, and I'm not paying attention. I can see in the window. She like comes. This girl from high school is like knocking on the door. Emma's ready for you to film. I'm like, Emma's like, oh my gosh, Mom. It's like, I mean, like the lady's probably like, what is she doing in there? I don't know. I'm just not one of those moms who goes and sits in the lobby. I just sit in my car. So it's funny that even a high school girl knew. Okay, her mom's in the car. Go get her.
Oh.
Because I said, Emma, just call me. Well, she didn't call me. I was watching, I had Netflix going. Who knows what I was doing?
That was really cozy.
Good thing I wasn't picking my nose. Sorry, I have to tell jokes sometimes.
Judy Gibbons says, how many threads on the rickrack?
Do you know?
Maybe Lori knows?
Hold on. It's right here.
Oh, okay.
We're going to figure that out, and we're going to put that in the pattern. Denise is going to remind me because I don't think it might be in here. I don't know. We're going to figure that out and we're going to make sure that's in here. I don't know the answer right now. Like literally, I had this made, I think over a year ago I made this. And we decided to wait until her oatmeal 10 count was out. And we wanted it to be closer to Valentine's Day. So yeah, we're going to get that in there. We're going to look at it and figure it out. I think it's probably 2.
Susan Lynn Crosby says, would love to personalize the camper stitch. Does Lori have the entire alphabet charted?
She doesn't. That could be something that we could do in the future. Her next chart after this, hey Lori, I was going to email you, but since I'm online, can you email me what we're doing next? Because I don't know and I have an idea, so I'm going to call you. Kevin hit another car with my car, so he's got to take me today to get it fixed. So I'm going to call you on the way to get my car fixed to talk about your next one because I have an idea.
And Lori did say that she used all 6 strands when she did it on
Okay,
the
there you go. But we're going to put that in the pattern.
And then I had some just cool comments of people getting excited about the cross stitch, the quilt you love. And like Lukas Designs said that they're planning on changing the colors to black and pink. Someone else said they're going to do like grayscale, like grays, blacks, and white. And I just thought that was really cool.
It's going to be awesome.
And let's see, Chris E. was asking, how does that one, the magnifier, compare to the yo-yo magnifier?
I don't know. The yo-yo is much smaller and not as tall, and I don't know about magnification. This one is much more expensive, but the reason I like it is because, like right now you can see it's not plugged in, and then it's got 3 lights. I know it's hard to see in here. Let me turn this on.
Oh, there we go.
3 lights. 1, 2, 3. So when it gets to, you know, I know when the battery's about to go out. But it lasts, I would say, an hour, hour and a half. And then I just kind of plug it in, go back 20 minutes, get another one. So I'm going to keep going. I have so much stuff. So I have a big finish this week. It is the Bloomtopia Charity Cross Stitch.
Yes.
Yes. So I spent 18 hours. This is how long it took. I love it. I changed around some colors. This is going to be our charity piece for next year. Starting in February 2020, every 1st and 15th of the month, we're going to give you a section of the chart for free. And then in return, we're going to ask for a donation to Make-A-Wish. We're just showing it early. We will have the cloth. I used 25 count pewter Lugana. We will have a DMC pack, an Aurifloss pack, a needle minder, and a cute little bag to put it all in. And Kevin and I will be donating $10,000 to Make-A-Wish. Moda Fabrics will be donating $10,000 to Make-A-Wish. And then we're hoping to raise $30,000 from our customers. This year we raised $21,000. Next year we're hoping to get to $50,000. So to do that, I knew we had to do something. We have to provide something to you guys so that you feel like you're getting something for your money. And all the money goes directly to Make-A-Wish. The link is not ready from Make-A-Wish quite yet for us to start raising money for this year. But I'm very proud of this. Jocelyn Ung designed it. It is based around the quilt that she also designed.
Good, Jocelyn.
Yes, and I don't know how we're going to finish it. I have no idea. I don't know how we're going to finish it. I have no idea. But I did finish it on Monday, and I was working on it with the girl, knocked on my door. Was like, come record your daughter. So I'm super proud of it. I think it looks really pretty. The border was a lot of fun. And what I do like about it is it's going to be, we're going to give it out in increments. And so there'll be like small increments so that you can just do that part. And you got 2 weeks to do it. Kind of like we're doing with Happy Camper, where we divide it into sections. I always feel like when I work on something and it's divided out into sections where I don't have to like rush and do it all at once, it gives me kind of a break, and you don't get as stressed about like I gotta finish this right now. So I hope you guys love it. I've heard from a lot of people, like Sherry Bing sent me a message and said she loved it, so that made me really happy that people sent me messages, and yeah, I'm really excited about it. We struggled with it at first because we've never done a cross-stitch design, and you know, we always want to do something different, but we also didn't want it to look just like a quilt because that would be kind of funny just putting. So we, like the bird, for example, is not in the quilt, but we thought it needed something, some movement that's not in a quilt block, so we added that in. And the border is very unique. I haven't seen that on any other design, so we hope that you like it. And I have more, so if you'll have any questions about the Make-A-Wish, this is going to be called Bloomtopia. And again, it will be all free starting in February 2020.
Deanna Payne was asking, well, first she said wow, and then she said, those are like fig tree colors, aren't they?
These are Sherry and Chelsea colors. Their collection is Sweet Summer, and the quilt was literally where Lily is standing. We kept going. There's a chair where Lily usually stands, and I had the quilt on it, and we sat there and just pulled DMC and just went back and forth to make it match her fabric. Everything matches very close except for the gray. The gray in her fabric collection is very dark, and when I had it stitched, it looked black. And so I pulled all that out and changed it to a lighter gray. So that would be the only change. And we really wanted it to be, Sherry and Chelsea are really supporting us with this, and they're going to help promote us. They're going to do some videos on the quilting side of things. So we wanted to, you know, keep it the same, as close as we could. And obviously, you know, if you put the DMC right on the fabric, it doesn't match exactly, but it's very close.
And Cheryl Howard says, will you be able to buy the quilt pattern for this also? I want to do both. Love it.
The pattern will be free. The quilt pattern will be free. And then for the cross-stitch pattern, we're asking for, if you're going to stitch it, to donate to $10 to our Make-A-Wish campaign. For the quilting pattern, we'll ask for $5 for each pattern. It's totally optional. It's whatever you can afford. Even if you can just afford $3 adds up. So it's all going to be free, and it's all going to be available in February 2020. With the quilt, there will be a quilt kit, and in that quilt kit, you will get the pattern up front, and it will come in a custom box. With the cross stitch, everything will be sold separately, just because that's how we're kind of doing cross stitch. Is totally different than quilting, but the main goal of all of it is to raise money for Make-A-Wish. So that is my big finish, not my only finish, but my big finish for the week. So I started Boo. That is by Priscilla with Hands-On Design and Kathy Haberman. I'm in the very top left, and I'm changing mine. We sent hers back to her, but she has different gray pumpkins, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do orange pumpkins because I think my kids would like it. And I really do like when my kids like the stuff that I make. I like when they notice, like just like my father-in-law, I like when he notices my stuff. I can think anybody does, but I didn't think they would like those gray pumpkins. So this is mine. I'm in the club, and that's as much as I got done in 2 weeks, but I'm working on that. And this is Cheryl's, and she finished this on Saturday. So we got the club on Friday, and she finished within 24 hours. Oh my God. Yes. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
Hey.
Trying to do it.
On to your left.
Okay, left. Yes, that's what I need, Lily. So she did the pattern just like it calls for. She stitched it on 28 count Jobelin, and she used the called for threads, which are Classic Colorworks. So she's a really fast stitcher. But when she texted me Saturday night and she was done, I was like, what? Are you joking? Like, we don't get the pattern in advance. I mean, even though we're a quilt shop, we don't get anything in advance. And I was like in shock that she did it so cute, so quick. But it is so cute. She loves Cheryl loves Halloween. Most of her pieces are Halloween or Christmas. But I mean, that is so cute. So if you're in our club, that shipped last week. Totally. Love that.
We do have a question from Nancy. What color fabric is Boo on, black or chalkboard black, and are those two colors very different in hue?
Mine is chalkboard black Ada 14 count.
28 count Jobelin.
Hers is 28 count Jobelin black. So chalkboard black is softer, so you can see the difference.
Yeah, it's like it would have chalk on it.
Yeah. And I do like the softer for my house. this matches really well, but I mean, Cheryl's is beautiful. I think they're both beautiful. I think I would have a hard time on the linen. Of course, I've been saying I would have a hard time on linen, but I'm able to do the 25 count, so maybe I'll be able to progress. But I do love Ada. I think there's nothing wrong with Ada. And I do see in a lot of Facebook groups a lot of like people hating on Ada, and I think that's silly. Do whatever you want to do. So then we have some more finishes by Cheryl, or some more starts. So she loves, like I said, Halloween. So if there's a Halloween, she's gonna do it. So this is Gone Batty by With Thy Needle and Thread. And this is her start. So she stitched on our tropical green 32 count linen, and she used the called for threads. And that's really cute. So that's her start on that, and we have the pattern in stock. And then her finish, oh, and this is linen. I want to show it up close how it looks. Look at those tiny holes.
There we go.
OMG. That's like tiny, tiny. Okay, and this is her finish. It is heart in hand patchwork sheep. She likes sheep too. I think she likes everything. And this is her finish. Look at that, so pretty. So she stitched it on 32 count historic beige by Fabric Flair with called for threads. She used red in the 2 center quilt blocks on the large sheep. And she used both pink and red in the small sheep. So she used the called for colors. She just moved a little bit of the colors around here and down here. So those are our finishes. So let me know if you have any questions on all of these finishes before I move on.
Yes, we have a few.
Because I have it all right here before.
About the charity cross stitch, Callie was asking, will you have an Ada kit?
I will have thread sets, I will have the floss, and we will have pewter in Ada 14 count. And we will stock up on that. If we don't already have a lot of that, I will make sure that we have that.
And Judy Gibbons was asking, does that chalkboard color come in a linen?
Yes, and we sell it. And it is by Wichelt, which I prefer. That's my favorite brand. Everybody has a different brand that they like. I don't know what it is about it. It's not, if something is too soft, I really cannot stitch in hand. So I love it. I also, of course, love Lori's 10 count and her 25 count. One of my favorite pieces is on her 10 count. So.
And Sandy Rugg says, could you tell me what size design board you guys use for cross stitch?
14 inch.
14 inch.
Alright. And then this is kind of a resounding comment right now amongst everyone, but from Shelly Fry, she says, thank you, Kimberly. I love that you do not Ada shame. I see and feel that a lot, and I am like you with bad vision and feel Ada is just as lovely.
Yeah, I think that we should all embrace whatever we want to do. If you want to wear, this is like my kid, if he wants to wear orange socks to school, wear orange socks to school. Do whatever you want to do. Be your own original. Like, I always try to tell, especially my older kids, like, you don't have to fit in the crowd. Do whatever you want to do. Don't worry about being popular. Do whatever you want to do. And I think that it's bad when people get into a thing where they need to tell you what you need to do in your own home. I always tell my mom this, like, whatever happens in that house, let it go. Like, don't come in my house and tell me what to do. Don't go to my brother's house and tell him what to do. Like, we have to raise our own kids. We have to do it our own way. We have to set our own path. Same thing. I mean, it all applies. It's all the same principle in life. Do what you want to do. Be the best person that you can be for that day. Everyone has a bad day. Do whatever you have to do to get through. But do whatever you want to do. Don't let somebody tell you, oh, you need to stitch on 40 count. So many people who stitch on 40 count are so rude to other people, and I think it's because they think they're better. And that's not okay. Like, that's great that you can stitch on 40 count. Good for you. Let me do my 14 count. Let me do my fraction over here.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm going to get on my little... The other day, I'll tell you another funny story. So Emma had a little incident. It really wasn't even an incident. She was just having a really long weekend, like 12-hour dance days, so tired, and she was just like so frustrated about something, and it was silly. It was like the silliest thing, and she knows like I was just like, whatever, like let it go, move on. And I was like giving her my little positive speech, and in the car she was like, Mom, I have had it with your positivity speech. I cannot be positive every day of my life, so stop. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna stop. So I did. I stopped. But I mean, you know, it's true, like some days you just can't. And she had just like had it, and I was like, well, at least I'm living what I'm preaching. Yeah, she was like, I can't do it today, and I was like, okay.
Oh,
Poor thing.
that's great. Let's see. Home Mom was asking, is there a green Halloween Ada 14 or 16 count?
Kermit. Wait, yes.
It's in tropical green, 16 count Ada.
Okay.
Tropical green, 16 count Ada. Does it come in 14?
Yes, it does.
We'll order 14 count. Okay, so we have some other new items. Flamingo Toes is a company that is owned by Beverly McCullough, and she is a fabric designer for Riley Blake Designs. And she has 2 new patterns. They're based on quilt patterns that are already existing. So the first one is called Enjoy the Journey. And the second one is also called Happy Camper, not to be confused with Lori's. These are both based on quilt patterns that were already out there. So these are brand new cross stitch patterns that came in last week. Super cute, right? Okay, but wait, Lily, there's more.
Oh man.
See, I hide all the stuff from Lily.
It's
Okay,
true.
this is a needle minder. There's another one too. There's a third one.
Oh my god.
There's a third one that's a deer. So she's got some needle minders, and what I like about these is they're not very heavy, even though they look heavy. The other one is on one of my projects, so that's why. Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Oh my.
So I don't know anything about her frame or if she painted it, but I would say it looks like she got an older frame, painted it, and distressed it. So this is her Happy Camper. It has some back stitch, and it has a lot of French knots. So these little white pieces right here are French knots. Right here, this is all these flowers are French knots. These little pink are French knots, and this is all back stitch. So that's that. The next one is Enjoy the Journey. It's so cute. Okay, the yellow is coming off a little harsh on our camera, but it is a lot lighter in person. So this is a long stitch, not a back stitch. All of the balloons have French knots on them. All of these flowers are French knots or colonial knots. And then these are straight stitches, not back stitches. And then these are straight stitches. So she's got a lot of, I wouldn't say specialty stitches, but that's what makes it really pretty. So there's that one. We've got some other new patterns. This is a personal favorite. I'm going to pull it out of the bag so you can see it better. It is by Hands On Design, Kathy Haberman. And I have seen several people already finish it on social media, and I really like it a lot. In fact, I love it. I want to make it, and I want to make it now. It comes with a little felt for finishing.
Oh.
For like this piece right here. So that's a new one. Another one that's Hands On Design is House on a Hill. She does several that are pincushions. Of course, you could frame them or finish them a different way. So this is a new one. And then Stony Creek, I also love this one. Harvest Wishes, Pumpkin Kisses, Harvest Wishes. Super cute.
That'd be cute in white. In white.
It'd be cute in white, Denise says. Cute. And then big da-da-da-da, drum roll. We now have all of Gentle Arts. Yes, big drum roll. So they are also 5-yard skeins. They are hand-dyed floss. And if we do not have, there was like 4 colors they did not have in stock, but we have all of the other colors. So now we have Classic Colorworks, Gentle Arts, and Weeks Dye Works, and DMC, and Aura Floss.
Woo!
Yay!
Confetti cannon for variety.
Yes. Okay. So that's all my stuff. I want to announce our winner for Happy Camper, week 4. It is Debbie Johnson. And so DEBEJ12 on Instagram. She says, my first cross stitch in 40 years and my first time ever doing counted cross stitch. I tweaked the pattern a bit to add both of my fur baby Westies, Buster and Sadie, and I plan to hang out in the new RV. So she has 2 little doggies in there.
Oh.
These are little doggies. And then I'm going to do my shout outs.
Okay.
So we've got Scrap and Gal 41. She changed the truck color 3 times, keeping this one and heading to fall. So she's gonna do a fall trailer, and I love that. And I have seen so many purple flowers. It is a thing. It is like a thing right now. The next one is Jen Lukas Designs. I finished Happy Camper. When I saw the pattern, I knew I had to stitch it for my sister-in-law. Her family loves to camp in their camper, and my brother-in-law. And I love that she just got a frame, the 8x10, and she framed it herself. It looks wonderful, and that frame, oh my gosh, it's cute. And her truck is black. It's super cute. Okay, this one is like the cutest thing ever because, oh my gosh, I love those colors. So this is Allegra Stitches. I love how this is turning out. So she's already like on the bottom row. So she's like beating us. And she not only changed the truck color, the camper color, she changed some of the tree colors and the words. So super cute. Shelly Phillips Edwards, she says she's just stitching along, and I'm telling you, look at those purple flowers. They're everywhere. And then I love this. So this is Lori Holt's Stitch Card Set A. And all she did was leave a couple stitches between each, and she used Lori's fabric to put it in a pillow, and that is precious. And that is exactly what Lori wants us to be able to do with them, is to be able to mix and match them. And once she has like a bunch, you know, just do a ton of stuff. And I love this, and I know Lori's gonna love it too. Yay! Yay! So thank you, everybody, and then let's take questions.
Yes, okay.
I just don't want to forget anything. Last week I almost forgot my shout outs.
Yeah. It's true. I almost forgot too.
This one was a funny favorite comment here from Robin Heinrich. Loving the new Lori Holt patterns. I sit with a paper and pen next to me now just so I can buy all the new things I just need.
Oh.
Thought that was funny. Okay. And then suggestion from April Jackson. She said, suggestion is to have Kimberly stitch the charity cross stitch and Priscilla finish it, then auction it off.
Yeah, so that's a great idea. Maybe I'll stitch it along with you guys. I know Priscilla's going to finish this one, but yes, we could definitely auction it off. We auction off, I'd have to make a second one because on the charity quilts I like to keep a record of them, so I'd have to stitch a second one, but that'd be okay. Pat Sloan every year donates a quilt, and last year we've had some other people donate quilts, and those usually go for 600 plus. So yes, that's a great idea.
From Sewing Becca, do you remember if you used Lori's oatmeal or burlap 10 count for Be Thankful pumpkins you did last fall?
Burlap, and I used the mottled side, and it's hanging in my front entryway of my house. I love it.
Okay. Karen Cox says, I am not a cross stitcher but love to watch you what you all work on. What do you do with all these different pieces? There are so many.
Oh my goodness, I have them everywhere. Well, I have the office, so some of them get hung at Fat Quarter Shop. Some of them are in my house, like all the July 4th ones, like they're all in my house, and then I have them in drawers. But I just have stuff everywhere. Like I'm going to buy from Uline some they have some bubble bags so that I can put them in there so that as I'm making more and more, because with quilts you don't need that, so I'm going to order some of those so that they don't get scratched, and I have just a little, I try to leave them out as much as I can and enjoy them. Like I have the home one over there. I need to take it home.
You gotta take home.
Yeah.
Melissa Safransky says, how does Cheryl usually finish her stitching? Her work is beautiful.
A lot of it she has framed, and she has a Hobby Lobby near her house, and she likes this one guy there. And so if she can find, if he's there and he'll frame it, she does that. She does finish some other things, so I'm sure as she finishes, she'll bring stuff in. So Cheryl, bring us some stuff. Yeah, but she has a ton of stuff. Like in her house, it is all cross stitch all the time, everywhere, upstairs, downstairs, everywhere, like everywhere.
Another one of my favorite comments from Vicky Robles. She said, maybe Kevin needs to wear your glasses.
Oh my goodness. I don't even want to talk about. So not only did we have a dent in the car, I have a leak in the bathtub. I have hot water that doesn't work, so we're getting that fixed Friday. And our washer and dryer, well, our dryer works, but our washer broke like 14 days ago. So I spent all of Friday trying to get a washer and dryer. They delivered it yesterday, and it was like, so this is the washer and dryer, it was like that. So somehow in the truck they had crashed the inside, and the people delivering it, I bought it from Best Buy, they said, well, we don't even know if it would work. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna, like, you're not gonna install this in my house to see if it works, and then not even give me like a disc, and they have not called me. So I've tried to call the store several times. I can't get a hold of anybody. So like we're in desperate in our house. Everything's falling apart, but me and Kevin are gonna get it all fixed. We're gonna get it. Emma's like, just stay positive. We're gonna get it all fixed. And the chandelier that fell down in our house last June that I probably didn't even tell you guys about is still in the garage. But I mean, that's just like the story of our life. Like, we're not fixers, we're doers, which is two totally different things. Like, we can get stuff done, but I mean, the chandelier was discontinued, and so now we're trying to figure out what we're even gonna do. But yeah. So yesterday I was like, I got 3 tinted things, but now we don't have a washer and dryer. My kids, they're like, today Peyton went to school with a collared shirt and orange socks and basketball pants, and I was like, all right, there you go. But I mean, it's only because he doesn't have, there's no clean clothes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, just cute comment from Lori when we were talking about like Ada and linen. She's like, I stitch on everything.
She does. She's working on something that is, okay, what is it called, Lori? It's big. It's like this big. It's like, I don't know. It's like got all the animals. I don't think it's Noah's Ark, but it is huge and it is detailed and it is tiny. And so she does work on everything. She doesn't just work on her stuff.
Oh. She also said, I told you how to fix the chandelier already. LOL.
What did you tell me? Oh, we're going to get glass put in it, but I got to find a glass person.
Oh.
So like Kevin and I don't, like we've called some glass like companies, but if you take the chandelier in, we have 2 matching ones. So they have to know the type of glass and the color and the whatever. So they really have to come to your house. Well, so we're like never home, even on the weekends, because our kids like baseball, dance, basketball, whatever. So it's like, so Friday I'm going to try to get everything fixed.
And then Linda Gillespie says, how much is a charity cross-stitch kit and is it still available?
So we don't have everything in stock yet because I just finished it, and of course we were changing colors. So we're going to sell the fabric by the fat quarter. We're getting the bolt in. We're going to sell it piece by piece. We're going to have a DMC set. We're going to have an RF floss set. We're going to have a bag, and we're going to have a needle minder so that you can pick whatever you want. But the pattern will be free.
Okay. And then Gary's Only Gal says, where can I purchase ballpoint needles, please?
Okay, so they're on our site, and the brand is Sullivan's. So if you just type Sullivan's ballpoint needle, and the person that uses those is Chelsea from The Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. If you haven't watched their channel, go watch it. They're funny. They have a great YouTube. They're super nice. And so that's what Chelsea stitches with. And so that's why we carried them, because she really likes them. And a lot of people have given really great reviews, like on the site. Great. And so I bought them, but I just haven't gotten to them.
Okay, and Ana Sendeja says, when you first started 25 count over 2, did you find it confusing? I try and I lose count. Is there an easy way to keep count? Thank you.
I totally agree. I go in the wrong hole all the time, and with this light, it's better. But I do go in the wrong hole all the time. It is not easy. And so I pull out a lot. Like, I pull stitches out a lot compared to Ada. It takes me longer.
Mendy Russell has an amazing eye, and she says we're missing a spool of thread.
Oh, we are. Right there.
Yeah, right there.
And it's right here. It's over there. Right there. Hand it to me. I'll show you why. It is missing because I actually used the thread on the wall, and I'm going to be stitching one of my cross stitches into putting fabric around it and putting it on something. And this is the fabric that matches this is the thread that matches my fabric. So, I'm a little OCD, so that is it's at least in the room.
Okay.
So it's good to have it on the wall because we'll match it up so that I don't have to go walk and find it.
Last comments here. Lori Holt said, "No, I told you to break the glass out of the other one so they will match."
No, we're not doing that. Okay, so I have like 3 chandeliers somehow in the house, and that's all the light in the kitchen. So without one, like, it's not a great thing. So she said, just break all the glass in all of them, and then they'll match. But like, I don't really want to do that. Like, I think Kevin would have a heart attack. So yeah, we're gonna call like a glass company to come on Friday. But yeah, I think when it rains, it pours. But I was just laughing yesterday. I was just like laughing about it. I'm like, this is like, my life is like falling apart. Like, I just laugh about it because it's ridiculous. Like, it is all fine. It's just a car. It's just a dent. The washer and dryer though, that might put me over the edge because we do need clean clothes. So if we don't get it by Friday, I'm taking Friday off. I'm just going to go to the laundromat and just use all the laundry things. Like, try to go early in the morning and just like try to use all the machines before anybody wakes up and throw it back in the car and fold it when I get home.
And we are at time, so last question here. Deborah Henderson said, "How did your 4th tree go over with Kevin?"
Oh, my 4th tree. So I was going to do a Jolly July tree. We're going to finish all the ornaments soon, and we're going to just leave it here. I don't think he liked the idea of the tree, so we're going to use it on our set for our Christmas decor. I don't think he really liked it. He likes decorations a certain way, and I kind of respect that. I don't know that he really wants to do that, so I'm kind of going to let that go. When I told him, he was kind of like, eh. So guys, thanks for watching me. I appreciate your support. I couldn't do any of this without you guys. I think it's hilarious that you guys watch me. I'd love to see all of the things you're making. I really love how everyone's changing it up on the Happy Camper. And I'm gonna be stitching the letters with you next week, which doing the letters is my favorite. I love all the ideas that you give Lori and I, like the alphabet. We'll see you next week.